Hi guys, welcome to a mini sketchbook tour. Thank you so much for being my Patreons, or patrons. I hope you like this little tour. I hope it doesn't take too long because I have to head out to therapy. But it's not that many, it's like 65 pages, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So I started this sketchbook. I bought this sketchbook right after Rose City Comic Con in 2019, where I spent a wonderful time with my friend Corinne Roberts. If you don't know her, follow her. She's an amazing artist. And so I started Inktober that year was Hugatober. Huga is Danish word that means comfy, basically. So I found a prompt list that had this, and day one was sweater, and I drew like a selfie of myself, but instead of a face I have terrarium head. Day two was candle, so I drew this, and I also used this pen that I bought together with it. Is one of those sustainable seltzer good pens. It's really good. It drags a lot though, so it's not the most arthritis friendly pen, but it's good, and it gets a lot of texture. Then day three was coffee, and these are based on photo references I found on Pinterest, as almost always. Day four was books, so I kept trying to make it look cozy and interesting. Day five was comfort food, and I did eggs Benedict, which are my favorite. Day six was plants, and I love succulents. Again, this is a Pinterest ref because I was at a cafe and I didn't have my actual succulents to draw. Day seven was blankets. I think I did a really good job capturing the texture of the different blankets. Day eight was cozy space, which is like this windowsill with like some plants and some candles and a book and a sketchbook, and I thought this is perfect. Like, I want to be transported to this place. Day nine was baking, and I started and I didn't finish. It was supposed to be chocolate chip banana bread that Tim makes, which is incredible. Maybe I should like start having a Tim's Corner on my things, such as here on Patreon or even on my YouTube channel, where he just talks about recipes. And this is around when I got injured, and I don't know if you remember, I injured my shoulder and then my neck, and it was the whole thing. And then one day I went to the International School of Comics, rest in peace, where Dan Doherty, who was my teacher, was having a life drawing class, and he invited me to go check it out. So I did these pieces. This was like all I could do, and even then, like, I was in so much pain that it was just like barely. I was just doing it as fast as possible, as less detail as possible. So then this started in September 1st of 2020, so there's like a year gap between these drawings and this. I didn't draw much at all between that time, and I was still injured, but I was just like, I just need to do something. So I did this drawing with the Blackwing pencil and a blending tool. Then I did some Dorohedoro, which is a manga. I love some of their character studies because I just love the way that this artist draws proportions. And by the time I got to here, I was like, I'm too tired, I can't. Another sketch drawing, and then this is where it starts getting really cool. Excuse me. This is okay. I don't like this piece. November 17th, I did this little outline of a whale with one of my students in class. I did this little color pencil sketch. And then this is where I started being left-handed, because my arm couldn't handle it. So I did one line drawings with a student. This is a 1 minute, one line drawing of a burger, 2 minutes sushi, and then 2 minutes, one line drawing of ice cream, and then 2 minutes drawing of a rotisserie chicken. This is when I was trying to figure out my yoga logo. because of my injury, I decided that I needed something that wasn't art, that I could do, that I could still help people. I know it sounds cheesy when I say it out loud, but I wanted to help people feel good in their bodies, and since yoga was the only form of exercise that I could mindfully do, I chose it. This is a drawing I did right-handed really, really quickly of Jean, who was a Manticore character that was in our D&D campaign, and they were really cool. They were for one of my friends named Malachi, and then I did this on Procreate, colored it so that he could have it as a token for our games. Then some drawings from imagination. I really like this face. This is when I really started finding like what I want to do. Another work with students. These were drawings done without a base, so we were looking at the shoe and just drawing the outlines and then filling the things inside afterwards. We did it twice to see if we could learn and improve from the first to the second one, which I think the proportions in this one are a little bit better. And my students did really well at this exercise too. Then we moved on to doing negative space drawings of chairs we found online. This was January 1st of 2021. This is a really fun exercise. So instead of drawing the chair, you draw what's not the chair. For this, you have to find a reference that is basically without a background or with a very simple background, so you can really see the contour of what you're drawing. But this is really fun and really helpful. Little sketch. So there's like a lot of just tiny little, well, it's a tiny sketchbook, but then these are left-handed drawings that I did with a pencil for fun. And then this is where I really started going loose with my left hand. This is January 20th of 2021. And you can see I'm very tentative and scribbly, which I don't mind. I think it actually looks kind of cool. These are some lefty imagination drawings because I wanted to start working on my proportions and how, like, what I draw when I'm not using a reference. This is a right-hand drawing that I managed to do, but barely. Like, by the end of this, I was in so much pain. It was just like, oof. This was February 9th, and then this was also February 9th, but then I switched to my left hand to do it. And for these, I used a Lamy fountain pen with it says F with a fine nib. And then I also used a water brush, this Pentel water brush, not for this one, but for the following one. So I'm gonna put this here on the side, and I'm gonna move this one away. So, pretty crap, right? Like, this is terrible. This is from Imagination, and it was just like, what am I doing? So then I was like, you know what? Isn't bad enough that I have to draw with my left, so I'm gonna use reference. And lo and behold, like, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent, and using the colors really helps. I really like this one. I don't know what it is. It is alive. I really like this one. And then here is when I started doing the sketch with my left hand with this, and because it takes very little effort from my right arm, I started using the right hand to smudge it with this. So it was really, really fun. I could go like this and then smudge and smudge. And if you're curious, I have videos of this that I can send you. I might put them up. They were on my Twitch, but I did save them. I really like this piece. This is February 15. I like this sketch a lot. I love the gesture and the pose. I like this one too. And then this is the usual trend with me. I'll start off being really good at something that I'm just trying out, and then the more confident I get, the more I start to suck. you'll see like the last ones are pretty terrible, but yeah. This one's okay. I went over with color pencil. Meh. I really like this one. I thought she was really cute. This one is not correct anatomically, but I like the vibe. I love this one. I thought that the folds were really fun. I love the hair. It looks a little bit dirty here on the chin. I shouldn't have done that, but everything else looks pretty good. This one I went overboard with the lines. I don't like it. And this is the study of Cecil Hudd, because I thought that their style was really cool, and I was like, how can I do that, you know? So I just did one copy of their stuff, and then I try to figure it out on my own, like how can I put my own twist. These are Tombow brush pens that I then used a water brush to smudge. You can do that if you didn't know. This one's okay. I hated it when it was just lines, and then when I went with the wash it was better. I like this one. The proportions are good. I love the hair. I love this one. It's so chaotic, so fluid. I like that I didn't use ink for the fluffy shirt that she's wearing, so I just did that, and I don't know, it's just very grunge. I dig it. This one's one of my favorite pieces, even though the hands are garbage. I love this one. I wanna scan, I have it scanned, but I wanna print it big and hang it on my wall. I hate this one. This eye is too close. If this eye wasn't there, I think I'd be more happy, but it is what it is. I really love this one. It was a reference from Pinterest, but I love the way that I did the water, and you know, I just like scribbled the shadow and then smudged it all with a brush pen. I like this one. It makes me want to cut my bangs again. This one's another one that I love so much that I'm gonna print out to put on my wall. I have a black and white only art wall here in my house, and some of the pieces on there are mine. That might be conceited, but you know, credit where credit's due. This reference was really cool. If you watched me draw this one on Twitch, I struggled and then I covered the eye up because it was on the wrong place. Turned out okay. I like this one, and then when I scanned it I realized that this looks not good, so maybe if it didn't have that it would be better, but you know, it's just a sketch. I really like this one too. I like the feel, the mood, the shadows. Oh, this one's okay. I like the hair, but that's it. This one's garbage. This is by February 20th. This one's good. I didn't draw so many lines on the lips and stuff, and I think that the less lines and more breathing room in some of these areas was kind of quite good actually, so I might try to do this again. And then this is total garbage. I overdid it with the shadows and I tried to go in with a white pen. That's why it looks like total crap. Like, full offense to me, like what was I thinking? This is trash. So if you compare it to this one, which has a lot of movement, and this one's like, what is that? Like, good, terrible, A-, F. This is a little cat with a shadow. This was really fun to do. I have done this piece before with white ink on black paper, and that turned out really good. 10 out of 10. This reference is really good. If you are interested on my references, go to my Pinterest. I think I'll put the link on my Patreon description so you can go. And I have a lot. I have over 5,000 pins only on my inspirations board. And then this one is the last piece in the sketchbook, and I'm glad it's not a total dud. And I like that I completed this with dark, you know, just to add a shape, so it's not just like a floating body. But that's the only thing that I like about it. I think the face is kind of delicate, but that's it. And that is the end of the sketchbook. This is a Roger Laborde sketchbook, illustrated by Elise Hurst. And I thought that this was really cute. I liked the feeling of the clouds, and you can tell I try to emulate it in the beginning because I was inspired by it, and then, you know, then I didn't. Anyways, I hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you later. Bye.